Carolina leads heading into the final rotation, 146.8 to 146.150 for the Panthers. So we welcome you inside the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse after a beautiful view of downtown Pittsburgh here for this ACC Gymnastics meet. Mika Lee with a career high on beam.
Yeah, and from a freshman over on balance beam, she's been a staple in the lineup, really breaking that career high and with a fantastic routine for the Panthers.
9.85 on beam. Julia Noer has been in that position several times on several rotations, and she was outstanding again here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, just a really seasoned veteran athlete. I mean, she just drills all of these landings. Her form is impeccable. She's just an athlete that continues to deliver day in and day out, and she did tonight again over on floor.
How difficult is it to be that consistent in every rotation?
Yeah, I mean, for Noah being an all-around athlete, it's incredible, just building from each rotation.
So we see the results of the two rotations. Panthers led after the first. Kennedy Duke with a career high. UNC with a big vault rotation. Valahovic with a 9.9 to set her career high. And we mentioned Mika with the career on beam as they were nearly tied in the third rotation between floor and beam. And now the chance here for the Panthers. Can they make up ground on the floor in this final rotation? It's Pitt and UNC ACC Gymnastics here in Pittsburgh on Valentine's Day and Pride Day. Here in it might say home field advantage more than anything, to be able to be the home team and finish on the floor while your opponent has to finish on beam. A decent lead for North Carolina heading into the fourth rotation as the Panthers hit the floor. Kaylee Larson will lead off for Pitt on floor. And Naraho, Valahovic, some of the big names for North Carolina on beam. Of course, Fink also doing the all-around here today. Nev King has had a good day. Anna Durante looking for her team to finish this off, a second straight ACC win, while the Panthers looking for a huge comeback on the floor.
And it'll be a really interesting rotation because beam is actually one of UNC's best events historically this season. They've done very, very well over on that event, and you know, floor has been a very strong event for the Panthers. However, last week they had a little bit of a slip-ups, having maybe not their best showing over on floor. So, you know, it'll be really interesting to see how this plays out tonight.
Ronho will lead off on beam for North Carolina.
Leading off for the Tar Heels is Naraho.
You know, and she's actually ranked 8th right now in the ACC over on this event. So, again, really showing how consistent she has been for the Tar Heels. A little bit of that balance check there in that full turn, which, you know, is a skill that is required from every athlete over on beam and something that you grow up doing, but sometimes gets the best of you. But a really great recovery on that series. We have that front aerial to lay out, step out. Really unique series. Switch half pike jump to a beat jump. Just the dismount left here. Back handspring 1.5, small hop on the landing, and aside from that little mishap in the beginning, a really strong routine and great way to start for the Tar Heels.
And really, if you're North Carolina, if you get 5 to stay on the beam, it's going to be very, very hard for Pitt to win.
Yeah, pretty much for the Tar Heels here. They just need to have at least 3 hit routines, and they pretty much seal the deal there for the victory over Pitt. but any opportunity for them to count a fall would really narrow that gap, and you know, the Panthers can really have a show-out rotation and pull ahead here.
Kaylee Larson with her full uniform. The sophomore from California.
You know, an event specialist here for the Panthers, meaning that floor is pretty much the event that she will compete for them. It's great to see that she's here in the leadoff position tonight. Starting with that double tuck. The Panthers over here on floor actually historically have really, really great choreography, and all their choreography is done by Alina Cartwright, who is the assistant coach and coaches primarily vault for the Panthers. But something that the Panthers really have worked on is their artistry and their showmanship. You'll see that here through each of the lineup athletes tonight. See a really solid start here for Larson. And what a way for the Panthers to kind of bring up their challenge here over on floor and challenge the Tar Heels.
Career high is 9.9 on floor for Larson. And
take a look here at that double tuck. Really high, a lot of height there. A very powerful tumbler, actually. She was a power tumbler as well in club, so she kind of has that in her back pocket as well, and shows here on floor. It's that front layout, front full. Really clean routine for the Panthers.
Naranjo with a 9.8 to start off on beam.
We go back to Valahovic here, the ACC newcomer of the week. That beam average of a 9.805 is showing how consistent she's been.
Her first year.
For her first year. Handspring layout, step out, a lot of height there in that series, which is really great to see. You know, the theme for the Tar Heels has really been fired up, so that's kind of their theme through the season, and you can kind of see that from each of their athletes over on each event tonight. Just they have, you know, they have a goal and they have a mission, and they're out to achieve it. Stuck landing.
And for JoJo, after she was disappointed with her floor performance, to bounce back like that on beam is pretty impressive.
Yeah, that is huge, and that's something to see from a freshman as well is incredible to see, because it's challenging once you've had an event where you feel like you didn't perform your best, and then you go on to the next event kind of with a fire under your butt, and you're like ready to attack it. And seeing she drilled that landing, that round off 1.5. Another thing that Coach Durrani has been talking about is landings for this meet, and you can see so far so good over on beam.
So Carolina with two massive statements through two performers on beam. Elizabeth Cicerone now on floor for the Panthers. Central Michigan transfer.
Front fold to front layout there.
9.675 for Larson.
see, second pass here from Cicerone, double pike. She's really looking to kind of hone in on those landings this week, and she's been doing a great job of that so far throughout this routine. Just this last pass here for Cicerone. Round up by handspring, double tuck, and an excellent landing there. Chest was up, really controlled landing, and a really incredible routine there for Elizabeth.
Speaking of incredible, as we look back at this rotation,
take a look here at that first pass. Front full to front layout. And there's that last pass there, that double tuck. Incredible landing, and continuing to build momentum over on the floor for the Panthers.
as we go back to beam, yet another career high. Jojo Valahovic, a 9.95 on beam.
I mean, that is incredible. So what that means is that basically one of the judges gave her a perfect 10, or unless they both showed a 9.95, but in this case, both judges flashed 9.95, so that will be a 9.95 average. But, I mean, regardless, that is an incredible score for a freshman. As you look over here, is we have
Third
Nev King.
opportunity for King tonight. 9.875 to lead off on vault.
Drills that landing there on that series. A little bit of bent leg in that back handspring, but really solid landing.
And vault is really where Carolina started to get rolling here tonight.
Switch leap into split 3/4. She's really an aggressive beam worker, and you really like to see that. Shows that she has confidence over this event, and she's not afraid to do big gymnastics over on beam. Just the dismount left here for King. Round off 1.5, and a stuck landing again. It's the second one over there for the Tar Heels. Kind of contagious for them, which is incredible to see.
Halfway through, they are just crushing this beam.
Take a look at this dismount here. There's this round off 1.5. Be lacking a little bit of amplitude there if I'm being picky, but she drills the landing. No foot movement, and what a way to finish off her night.
Nev King. So Naranjo, Valahovic, and King stepping up on beam for the Tar Heels. Emily Todd is up for the Panthers, 9.775 for Cicerone.
It's great to see Todd back in the lineup here over on floor exercise. This will be her third time this season.
9.75 last week on floor for Todd.
Something I love about Todd on all events is really her form. You know, she's just really incredible with her attention to detail. There's that double pike. I mean, her feet are pointed, her feet are together. She just really has great execution on every event. this last pass here for Todd. I'm really hoping to build on this event. Front through to double tuck. Unfortunately, just a little bit over-rotated there on that pass, so she will step out, which will be a deduction. Quite the celebration Pitt has on all events, which is, you know, something to note for sure. There's something to be said for building energy and kind of having great energy throughout each event.
Well, obviously it can be very stressful, and sometimes you kind of have to keep it light, right?
Yeah, you know, college gymnastics can be a very stressful, you know, sport to do, but like any college sport. But it is really important to continue to kind of find the joy throughout each routine and each day. And each event and each day might not be the most fun. It is really important to continue to find joy in it.
An all-around performer tonight, Gwen Fink, with her final rotation. See the scores from Carolina, just outstanding.
Yeah, and you can see really why this is, you know, one of their best events, just in general. They're currently ranked 19th right now in the nation on this event, which is, you know, such an incredible feat. I mean, they're ranked 22nd overall, but 19th on this event right here. You can see why. Really difficult triple series there, back handspring layout. Has to lift up that 1 foot there, so that will be a deduction. Just a dismount. That gainer full, that handspring gainer full with a stuck landing. I mean, that is what Coach Durrani really said that they were looking to do during this meet, and so far they have really done that well, is just drilling those landings, because all those tenths do add up, and that's really where you kind of see teams pull ahead throughout competition. Take a look at that series, that back handspring layout. You can see that back foot there didn't quite get all the way down, but she kind of plays it off with her choreography, which is a pretty veteran move right there.
She masked that very well. Emily Todd with a 9.65. Jordan Ewing is up next for the Panthers on floor. 9.7 or higher on every time on the floor this year. You see the average.
Yeah, and Ewing, a senior here from Nova Scotia, she actually qualified on this event to the NCAA regionals last year, showing that she, you know, really is a veteran over on this event and performs very, very well. Something of note, you know, not only is her gymnastics and her tumbling incredible on this event, but she really presents this routine extremely, extremely well. First pass here, round off 1.5, layout. Here from Ewing, round off back handspring double tuck. Again, really drills that landing. You can see why she's a former NCAA regional qualifier on this event.
5-time champion on the floor in her career.
Incredible performance from Ewing tonight. here from Jordan, that round off 1.5. Front layout, really controlled landing. It's great to see that she pretty much controls the landing prior to taking that lunge step, which is allowed in college gymnastics. There's that double tuck. Again, finds the landing there. See, getting some positive affirmations from assistant coach Amanda Wellick over on floor.
Julia Noer, another solid performer on beam. On beam, you see the scores: 9-8, 9-9-5, 9-8-5, 9-8-5.
Yeah, the Tar Heels are really having a standout performance over on beam, showcasing, you know, why they deserve to be ranked on this event nationally, and they're just very consistent. See as Noah finishes out her all-around night here. Gorgeous backhand swing layout step out, absolutely no movement, just flows right through it. Noah does a great job on all events, just making every event look light and easy. Just the dismount here for her. Sorry, front toss to beat jump there.
You're just always looking to get off that thing as fast as possible.
I mean, every athlete is, to a degree. But you gotta fulfill all the requirements. Now just the dismount left here for Noah. Round off 1.5. Small hop on the landing, but pretty much, again, almost another deductionless routine from the Tar Heels. It's pretty hard to find some deductions in some of these routines.
That is 5 hit routines on beam for North Carolina.
I mean, that should pretty much seal the deal here for the Tar Heels. I mean, they had an incredible performance over on this event, but still one more athlete to go. But a great night for Noah. You can see getting a hug there from head coach Dina Durante, and then assistant coach Sammy Durante.
Mother-daughter, after a year together, now they've kind of established some roles and said that has gone very well. Mika Lee up next for the Panthers after a 9-8-7-5 for Jordan Ewing.
Well, it looks like we do have a score change as well from Kaylee Larson, from a 9-6-7-5 to now being a 9-7-2-5 for Larson. So that will help the Panthers a little bit over on the floor exercise. Start here with Lee. A very challenging front double full. That is another E pass. She's a really fun athlete to watch on all events, but especially over here on floor. You know, Lee does a great job of performing this routine as well. Second pass here for Lee. Round off whip half to front Rudy. This is Lee's second event of the night. It's actually really her fourth. She's competed on all 4 events, 2 exhibition and 2 routines that are counting. So what a night for her, being back here, home in the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. With yet again another pit celebration. Take a look at that last pass here. There's that whip half to front Rudy, front 1.5 is what that is called. Smiling throughout the entire routine as well. It's not really an event that goes by where you don't see Lee smiling.
So 2 really good performances in a row by the Panthers. Now our first look at Reagan McBride, freshman from Columbia, Missouri.
You see, just like we saw with the Panthers, another freshman that is anchoring this lineup here. A beam specialist here for the Tar Heels. Unfortunately, did have a fall last week, so looking for some redemption here with that side aerial back handspring. You know, without McBride's score, the Tar Heels are already above a 196 with a 196.025, so their score can only improve with this routine.
Often you have the luxury of looking at Beam and saying, I don't know what score I'm going to drop. Yeah. Just a tremendous performance by North Carolina.
I mean, you know, the potential to drop a 9.775 is not a pretty shabby day for them. Not shabby at all, so kudos to the Tar Heels for sure. Just their dismount. Side aerial, 1.5, and another stuck landing here. So I will have to say, mission accomplished from a landing standpoint for the Tar Heels. So what a night for the Tar Heels to finish up over on the balance beam. Just one athlete left over on floor. Julia Bedminster.
Well-earned celebration from North Carolina as they head to 2 straight ACC wins. Number of people stepping up for North Carolina. Balahovic you saw in the middle with hugs there, but how about Pitt finishing strong on floor? A pair of 9.875s. And now Julia Bedminster to finish it off.
We'll see Bedminster here will be debuting her full in over on floor for the first time here in the Fieldhouse. She's competed it once prior at Clemson, so it's exciting to see that she'll be doing it at home. And Bedminster, another one of those NCAA regional qualifiers last year as well. Huge full in. Unfortunately, little short on that landing there, so that will be a fall. So another half a point. Front layout. Bedminster, another athlete who really performed super well over on this event. Their showmanship, and unfortunately this routine will not count for the Panthers because it will be a fall, but still great to see that she debuted her full in over on floor here at home. Take a look here at this full in. I mean, she gets a lot of height, but chest is just pretty down on that landing, so does have to unfortunately put her hands down, but a lot of great potential there for that pass.
Claire Stippich will do an exhibition. We were discussing with Dana about trying to break into a lineup. How do you break into a lineup where you go 9.8, 9.95, 9.85, 9.85, 9.775, and a 9.9 for Reagan McBride, another freshman with a career high and an outstanding performance.
Yeah, I mean, while this is an exhibition routine, it is still a great opportunity for her to, you know, prove why she deserves to be in the lineup and have opportunities to do a routine under pressure. But unfortunately, this lineup made it pretty challenging to break. But, you know, it doesn't mean that somebody might need to rest one weekend and somebody else might need to be in. So it's important to have depth. So she's doing a great job so far bar, fighting through this routine. You can see had some balance error on that series, but she did save it, so that is very important, that she's showing grit and fight through this whole routine, showing that she's a fierce competitor for sure. That dismount there, and again, still fighting for that dismount, fighting for that landing, which is, you know, still really, really important to see. So while maybe not the best performance from her, still shows that she's got a lot of grit and fight. And what an incredible night here for the Tar Heels, finishing up that beam rotation with a 49.35.
And the only thing that's keeping Jamie Pratt from the all-around tonight is floor. She will do an exhibition on floor.
Exhibition for the Jamie Pratt.
Pratt with a 9.725 on vault and a 9.75 on bars.
First pass here. Front layout to front double pull. Another E pass. Here for Pratt. Round off 1.5 front layout. You know, Pratt is another athlete who executes things very, very well. It's just a great toe point. Performance very, very good. So she's an incredible athlete on all 4 events. And really great exhibition routine here for Pratt.
The Panthers and Tar Heels. Some amazing performances here tonight. We'll recap some of them as we continue here from Pittsburgh. ACC Gymnastics here in Pittsburgh tonight. Reagan McBride punctuated a tremendous performance on beam for North Carolina.
Yeah, Bride really anchoring that B line up here with a 9.9 is incredible for her as a freshman in this spot. Just really caps off what an incredible beam rotation for the Tar Heels. Take a look here. Her side aerial back handspring. I mean, every athlete, you know, from routine to routine with their execution, their stuck landings, they just really honed in on what they needed to do this week, and it came out to show that, you know, they went 49.35 over on this event, which is their season high over on this event. Let's take a look here. Front toss. I mean, it was just incredible to see that the Tar Heels really came and put an exclamation point on the entire meet over on this event. You know, I mean, they just really did what they needed to do and delivered, and it's great to see so much growth throughout the year. There's that stuck landing that was contagious from athlete to athlete here.
And Reagan, 9.9, that's really good. But it's not a 9.95.
Yeah, I mean, and like we said, I mean, while we finished the rotation with a 9.9 from McBride, we saw here from JoJo, she had a 9.95, which is, I mean, 0.05 away from a perfect beam routine, which is just incredible to see, and incredible to see from an athlete like her, who's a freshman, who's a 2-time ACC Newcomer of the Week. Just goes to show that, you know, she's really been building with this whole consistency theme for the Tar Heels, and this is the embodiment of that.
Finishing off here, the 9.95.
Straight, she controls each landing. It's just exactly what you want to see, and exactly what you want to build on from each routine as you kind of go through the lineup. Even with that dismount, again, another stuck landing. You can see the excitement from all the team. Really excited to celebrate her and her accomplishments tonight.
She also had a 9.9 on vault. So career highs in 2 events. For her first opportunity here at the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse, which she'll probably remember for the rest of her career.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a night like tonight for her is just an incredible
She knows we're
experience.
talking about her too.
They know we're talking her up, and she's done a great job, and looking forward to seeing what she has to show as, the season goes on.
You see that score on beam from North Carolina. You mentioned a season high. That is now 4 times in the last 2 meets that Carolina has gone north of 49. They're starting to get on a run. 100 twice now over 196. You can see it starting to build.
Yeah, and Coach Durrani had really said that last year as well, that they had some growth from their last meet at Pitt, so that was exciting to see.
Colin Sisk is the public address announcer here at the University of Pittsburgh. He has your final scores.
And it's time for tonight's awards. We'll begin on each individual apparatus. First on vault. In first place with a score of 9.90 for the North Carolina Tar Heels, JoJo Velahovic. Next we move on to the uneven bars. On bars with a score of 9.875 for the North Carolina Tar Heels, Lali Negoroita. Next we move to the balance beam. On beam with a score of 9.950 for the North Carolina Tar Heels, JoJo Velahovic. We move to the floor exercise. On floor, it's a 3-way tie with a score of 9.875 for the North Carolina Tar Heels, Julian Noer. And for the Pitt Panthers, Mika Lee and Jordan Ewing. We'll now move to the all-around results. In all-around, in first place with a score of 39.20 for the North Carolina Tar Heels, Julia Noer. And now for our team results. In second place with a score of 195.05, the Pitt Panthers. And in first place with a score of 196.150, the North Carolina Tar Heels. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight for the ACC Gymnastics competition with the North Carolina Tar Heels.
So some things also for Pitt to build on. Some good individual performances that will give them an opportunity as they head to the West Coast next week.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't the night that Pitt had hoped to have, but they are continuing to build and continuing to, practice their depth on each event. So a lot of things to kind of work on this week, but they're looking forward for their next opportunity over at Cal.
Congratulations to the North Carolina Tar Heels, winners here tonight. A number of career highs here at the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. Thanks to our outstanding crew. For Olivia Miller, I am Jeff Hathorn saying good night from Pittsburgh. You can check out this on replay at ESPN.com.